Well, welcome everybody. This is Kim Evans with Inspired Conversations. And I'm so excited to bring to you yet another beautiful podcast episode. But before we get into the guests, let me just explain a little bit about me. I am a podcaster. I am also a speaker, holistic health educator, and I'm also the proud owner of Two Gorgeous Integrated Health and Wellness and Myofascial spas located in Lafayette. I'm so excited that I've been able to brand into online coaching as well as to develop my podcast show, Inspired Conversations, where we bring wonderful conversations, health and wellness and beauty and wealth building and business building for solo women entrepreneurs from around the world. So you guys, I have a very special guest, lovely lady here today, and her name is Ellen Stevens. Ellen, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me, Kim. I appreciate it.
We're going to be talking about beauty and fitness today, and I couldn't have asked no other than one of the best female fitness instructors that I know. Ellen Stevens actually is a fitness instructor and consultant and TRX expert. So Ellen, my God, thank you again just for sharing your time and the nuggets that we're about to talk to the women today.
Thank you.
So before we begin, I always like to say a blessing out to the viewers and listeners. So I hope that's okay with you, Ellen.
I love that.
All right, you guys know how I roll. So I just want to first give honor to God because he's omnipotent. And I want to be able to just bless the viewers for listening as far as the East, as far as the West, as far as the North, as far as the South, by the words from this podcast, that everyone would be transformed, inspired, motivated, educated, illuminated, and you can take some caveats of this podcast and you can actually inject it into your life. And I just want to thank God for giving me this voice, because without him, I'm nothing. And thank you, God, for blessing our viewer today and our expert for sharing her gift with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so are we ready to get started?
Sure. Shoot,
so,
go ahead. Let me know.
Give you a little bit of information about Ellen. Ellen actually has been instructing in the Bay Area for over 35 years. And she's very well versed in a wide variety of formats, continuously always bringing fun and challenge. And I'm going to share a little bit about my praise report with her, because I've had the opportunity to do some personal training with her as well. She brings challenging fun to classes and to members, men and women alike. So not only just for the women, but also for men too. Ellen's main objective is for members to feel successful, healthy, together with a sense of community after every workout. And I have to tell you guys, she really does that. Plus more. I mean,
thank you.
She's amazing. So her specialties, group fitness, cardio strength, group power, TRX. We're going to get a little bit about TRX in a minute. Spinning, PIYO, peak program, trigger point, myofascial release, BodyShred, absolute bar. I mean, her bar classes are standing room only, you guys. Let me just tell you. I mean, they're always just overpacked. BBarreless, BarreAbove, and BogaFit, which is the latest that's being added to the club. So Miss Ellen, take it away.
Well, thank you, Kim, for having me again. I appreciate that. Let's see. I mean, I started teaching so long ago. Just in the old days, it was jazzercise. If you've ever, even you're so much younger than me, but jazzercise was how we all got into fitness.
Yes.
And Jane Fonda, the whole thing.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I just was becoming a gym rat, working full time, but going to the gym after. I didn't have children yet, and I just started, being in every class. And the director approached me and asked, do you want to become a fitness instructor? You're really good at it, and you're here a lot. And I'm like, sure, I'll try that. I mean, that's how it was back in the 80s. And she became one of my very dear friends. And I started teaching. I'd teach at 6 a.m. before I would take Bart to San Francisco and work all day. I worked for a law firm, come back, teach at 7 o'clock at night. I mean, that's just what we did back then.
Wow.
And just have a passion for it. So slowly evolved into doing that more full time. when I was able to be more flexible, not working full time in San Francisco. And it's just, I mean, I still have a passion for it. When you walk into a class, I mean, I'm sure you've been in classes where you walk in and you feel like the instructor is just sort of going through the motion.
Right.
And you're like, boring, why am I here kind of thing. And I just tried to never have that attitude, leave it all at the door and just bring it for the members. And I think the members see it and appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And also doing the class with the members, you know, not doing one little thing, unless you're, I mean, that kind of class where you're actually just coaching or whatever. There's certainly times for that. But I think the members appreciate you trying to work out hard along with them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think that gives them a little more oomph to really bring it. So that's kind of what I try to do and keep the members coming back, because that's what it's all about. I mean, anybody can pay for a membership, but do you use it?
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to go tomorrow because that class is boring or whatever. And so I just really try to continue to bring it and keep the members happy.
Well, I have to say you do bring it. You do keep members coming back. I mean, not only is your music is just amazing, because I think music is everything, but there's a secret sauce to that. So let's just get right to it about the secret sauce. You said keep the members coming back. What would you say is your secret sauce? Because the members keep coming back. They show up. They be lined up. I've seen them with my own eyes. They're just, it's like Ellen's Army. You can basically call it Ellen's Army. I mean, and everybody got their favorite courses that she teaches at the Bay Club. And it was just absolutely, what do you think is that secret sauce that you bring to your course?
I think it's about being real. Mm-hmm. I think it's about not being fake. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you relate to people in that way, I think they feel it and appreciate it and think that they're on your same level. So it's easy to work hard when you all feel you're there for the same reason. Does that make sense? And I think that's what it is. I think that having children, I can relate to a lot of the moms in the class, so we can discuss things that are, you know, going on at home or with, you know, with the children, or having pets. I have dogs. Everybody knows I'm a big golden retriever fan. So people are apt to come up and ask dog questions or share dog stories. And I think it's just being relatable. And I think the best way to do that is to just be original and be real and keep it real. And don't come in like you're above it all. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a class where you feel like,
huh, we've all been there.
Yeah, you've been there.
Major pain instructors, we've been there with them, and they seem so distant. And I think you bring something up that's very real and very transparent, is that you make sure that everybody feels important. You keep it real and relatable. Everybody's welcomed. And you kind of like sort of bring in realism, you know, people that they can relate to you with their animals or their dogs or their kids. And, you know, you address people, you speak to people when they're there like they're human beings. And I think that's the most important element when you're working out with trainers and coaches and you're going to courses such as yourself. So you definitely have mastered that secret sauce.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just say, yes, you have, you know, and it's beautiful. How would you say the pandemic have affected the way that fitness trainers are training now?
Well, there's a lot more virtual stuff. People haven't gone back to full schedules. You know, clubs haven't been able to go back to full schedules. It definitely was a launch for me. I've never done classes at home virtually. And it was like, well, I want to keep moving. So what am I going to do? And I started talking to some other instructors, and some were going to people's, you know, backyards and doing it like that. And I thought I could reach more people doing it through Zoom. And so I just reached out to my group, my lady group, and they were all, yeah, I'll do that. I'll try that. I'll try that. And, you know, having young daughters, very helpful with the IT stuff, because I'm, you know, I'm not up on all that, and helped me do everything. And boom, you know, we just started doing it, and ladies are coming, and it's just great. When we started going back to the club, it was, I'm not quite sure when you re-enrolled, but it was, you know, 15 people only due to all the spacing, and
absolutely
slowly adding more and more people outside. Then we were able to go inside. Then we had to come back outside due to a spike in the variant or whatever. You've got people who are very nervous about it. you've been around people who are very nervous about it. You've got people who are very lax about it. So you really have to respect everybody's wishes and try to keep everybody happy. And that has been something too. You know, you have to kind of feel and look around and see who's in your class, because you know who they are, who's upset, who's not upset, give that person more space. So that's quite a balancing act as well. But I'm hoping that we'll get through this soon. It's been sad for clubs, because I know many clubs have, closed or cut down half staff. We're half staff. We have a lot of classes now, but we still probably are down 30 classes a week. Mm-hmm. It would be great to have more classes. So hopefully we'll get there. But just, again, it's going back to being positive and acting like you want to be there. Right. You can't come in all grumpy about it, wearing your mask, because
it is what it is.
You have to do it. It is what it is, kind of thing. And Bay Club's a big company. They want to stay open. So I get that. It's when people bitch or complain, it's like, okay, well then do you prefer us close and you have nowhere to go? That's right. So put up with it, because we're here and we're happy to be here. Where our doors need to be open. And if you want to help us do that, then come on down, because that's
on that note, that is a very good link into segues about the mask. What is actually what would you suggest the attitude shift, the paradigm shift that we need to get into wearing our mask? People are like, I'm not going to wear a mask and work out. But you just said something, the Bay Club, we want to stay open.
Yeah, we want to stay open.
We want to stay open. So how do you speak to that in terms of, let's shift the mindset of the attitude just for 45 minutes while you're working out? And it's right. That's required to do.
Right. Well, I'll always suggest, that's why I like to keep my classes outdoors.
Yes.
You've been to a lot of my outdoor classes. Yes. And that way we can not wear the mask. Yes. We've got the proper spacing, but when we do go inside, if you want to enjoy those elements for those certain classes that are inside the small group training and this and that, we do have to wear the mask. And I know it's upsetting to see somebody else walk by without the mask, who are, quote, breaking the county rules. So we have to look past that and just go, well, I wish they'd follow the rules, but they're not, and they'll be told to. And meanwhile, we'll just do our business, because we want to be a TRX studio or boxing studio, whatever it is.
Okay. And I love it. I love the club that we're at, in that they are upholding all the COVID mandates. The instructors are, and it's fabulous. Our attitudes are coming back, because we do know that depression and anxiety has been on the rise due to the pandemic. And one of the things, how you can manage your stress, right, and self-care is through fitness and exercise. And on that note, I have to say, for 35 years that you've been doing it, look at your body. You're like Jane Fonda. When she's going to, I was a Jane Fonda, man. I remember when I was starting, I would be on the floor watching her videos, doing Jane Fonda.
Right.
Jane Fonda was the godmother of aerobics.
Exactly.
You've been able to stay motivated in fitness for 35 years.
I don't know. People ask me that, Kim, and it's just, I just love it. I just love, I will never sit. Even if I'm not working out, I'm still doing something. I'm walking the dog or on my Peloton or whatever it happens to be. I just don't sit. It's just me, plus a lot of coffee, which I absolutely love. I think I've told you that before. I love coffee. And I obviously, part of it's genetics. Mm-hmm. I'm just lucky in that respect as well. My dad was tall and thin, so I think I have that from him. But, I just love it. And people say, when are you going to retire? I'm like, yeah, I should retire. But I figure as long as I'm moving faster than a lot of people in the class, I'm not retiring. So when everyone's moving faster than me, that's when I'll retire.
I don't think you're ever going to retire. I don't think you need to retire. When we look at Joseph Pilates, who was the inventor of Pilates, he died, he was in his late 80s or something, if I remember correctly, but his body was looking like he was 20 all the way to his 80s.
Yes.
Because of the strength conditioning that he was
right.
doing. On that note, why don't you share, if you can, let's talk about why strength conditioning is so important. I had pulled up a stat when it comes to strength training, women are more likely to have osteoporosis than men, and 1 in 3 women over 40 will experience fractures due to conditioning. This will make strength training daunting and safe for some people, but research show that it actually helps to improve the strength and the balance of women who already have osteoporosis. So let's speak to that. So why is strength training and conditioning so important for women, and particularly those women that suffer from osteoporosis?
Yeah, all of the weight bearing exercises we do with the strength training, the TRX, anything like that, body weight exercises helps spur, calcium growth, which continues to make your bones strong so you don't develop osteoporosis.
Yes.
And it is so important. I have family members who have very bad osteoporosis. So that's another reason why I'm so into the weight bearing exercises. Because I've seen the detriment that it can bring to a body. And for women, loss of estrogen, the menopause thing, the whole gamut just really is so hard on our bodies. So as long as we can do it, low impact, you don't have to be out there running. I'm not saying go run. Running's great, but at our age, some of our age, we can't be out there running. It's too bad on the knees and this and that. So we've got to keep up with the body weight exercises to continue to grow the calcium in our bones so we can continue to stay strong and not develop osteoporosis. I mean, everybody's going to get some portion. You can't not get it, but the longer we can hold off.
Yes.
So the longer you stay at the club. Push it back. So I encourage all women. And as I've grown through the years, I've got a lot of members who have, 20 years been coming to my classes. They know they have to do it. They know they don't want to do it, but they are out there lifting those weights, doing those planks, whatever it happens to be, because they know they have to do it. I beat it into their head, one-on-one. I'll say, hey, this is what we talk about in TRX. This is what we have to do because we need to stay strong. We want to be here for a while. We don't want to be, using a walker and, stumbling down the street because we can't hold our head up and our shoulders up and stuff. So posture is so important. And it's really, really a big part of our classes.
So when we talk about weight bearing exercises, give us a couple examples of what those weight bearing exercises would look like for women who are not doing them now or need to do more.
Well, walking for one. I mean, just get out there walking, put pressure on your feet and start off with just the walking. Okay. People who have really bad osteoporosis have to walk wearing a weighted vest because that helps. I mean, that's, you think about wearing a weighted vest in some classes. I've been in boot camp classes where you wear it just for the extra boost in the workout. But there's actually people who have bad osteoporosis who wear it just to wear it because that's the way they're going to help with their bones grow. Okay. So just walking, the ladies with the walking, men as well. I mean, they get osteoporosis too, but not as bad. And also any of the dumbbell exercises we do, we try to hold the weights. And planks and stuff like that, everything is great. But the TRX is really great because that's all body weight. You can definitely incorporate and do like a circuit class and get off the strap and do something with a dumbbell or something, or a rower or anything like that. But I love the TRX because you're always in that forward lean or backward lean, as you know, and you're putting all that pressure on your bones, pushing your body weight away or towards whatever the anchor is. And all of that helps with your body weight and your osteoporosis and your form to continue to stand up tall.
And see, sometimes women, we forget, the simple things that we could do on a regular basis. And that is, as you mentioned, with the weight bearing exercises, walking and using a weighted vest, using dumbbells. And that's something you can do at the gym, or you can purchase your own dumbbells and, you can have at home and do circuit training. Mm-hmm. You talk about planks. Planks is very, very easy to do. It's very simple. You get on the floor. We're always doing the planks in your class. And then you also talk about TRX. I love TRX. I got introduced to TRX by one of my fitness trainers, Ibrahim, last year when we were at 24 Hour Fitness, and then they got closed down. And I really loved it. And I fell in love. And then I started taking your TRX courses. Tell us a little bit of how TRX got started, if you like to share that. And then why is TRX so important? Just define what that is for people who've never done it.
Well, TRX was started by a Navy SEAL, and he wanted more room. Everything I've read and at the TRX courses in San Francisco that I've taken the certifications, they always talk about him wanting more room. Yes. And then I think he was on a submarine and there was no room to work out. So he had to find a place, you know, hang that strap. And he realized you could do so much with just this strap, and in the different positions with the strap and your body in different positions. And the thing I like about TRX the most, I think, is because a lot of things that we do, we never have to hold a certain position. But as you know, in TRX, you have to be in that plank, and you have to use your core to make it happen. And you just build so much strength from being in that core locked plank, every exercise we do. And I really think it builds excellent muscles, the entire core,
core
you know, to keep you so strong. And then we can do things, of course, on the floor and stuff. So when you add rotation with things with the TRX, you never take your dumbbell and you know, suspend yourself and without a strap and rotate, you know. And so on the TRX, we can do that. And we can do things laying down with our feet or facing the floor with our feet off the floor. And again, where's the plank? What's the core doing? If you're sagging, well, obviously we're not doing it right. So again, it just builds so much strength. And it's not just your belly button and 2 inches around. I'm talking
arms, glutes,
everything,
legs, everything.
So yeah, just to hold a plank with your feet in the straps is so hard, facing the floor, and then add some down dogs to it, you know, hiking up.
But it's beautiful, the strength that you're getting, and it's breaking the fascia, which is that thin layer. As a massage therapist, as myself, it breaks that thin layer that causes pains in your muscle fibers, and breaking and strengthening it. It is so amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I would highly recommend any of you, if you have it at your gym, if you have a personal instructor. And I think I cannot wait, Ellen, when you start doing your virtual courses and telling people how to do TRX, and just, it's coming, you guys, it's coming. It just be amazing.
Kim wants me to do this. I'll have to do this.
So good. So out of all the courses that you teach, what is your favorite? What is your favorite?
Well, I definitely, TRX is up there at the top. I like TRX also for another reason, not just because of the workout, but because when we do my classes outside, you know, we'll have 35 people, and inside we'll have 5. And I really like that small group training because you can really get to know the people one-on-one, and it's nicer to correct them, you know, with their form and this and that. With just the 5, I wouldn't want to do a TRX class with 35 people. I could never keep my eye on them all. You know, to help them with their form. So I really like the small group training for that. But I really like the HIIT classes, the high intensity interval classes, where we'll do a couple weight moves and a quick cardio burst. I really like that, just because it really mixes it up, and I change it every week. So you don't do the same 12 exercises. So I think it keeps it fresh, and then people, you love to come to that class because they know they're not doing the same thing that they did last week and the week before. It's always going to be some other compound move and then throw in a little cardio. And it's nice for people because the cardio doesn't have to be some big high bounce. It could just be a super easy skate if that's what the member needs. And, you know, for them that day, maybe it's not a hard workout day. Maybe it's more of a recovery day for that member. And then they can take it to that level, whatever they want to do. But what I'm really loving now is the bar classes. I'm just really, because I'm doing more of a fusion where I'm on the bar, but then I'm off the bar, and then I can do a little cardio burst in there as well. And
tell us a little bit more about that bar, because that bar class, lines of people.
Oh, thank you.
Lines of people.
Thank you. Well, it's becoming much more popular, you know, in the last 5-10 years, as you've seen, you know, all these bar studios have popped up. So our club decided we better get in on the, you know, on the bandwagon. So I went to several different trainings. I'm not a ballerina by any chance, you know, by any stretch of the imagination. So I went to probably like 4 different certifications. And then I think when you're an instructor for a long time, it's just like knowing how to be a good teacher. You can pick up things easier and then just make it your own. And so I've been lucky with that, I think, and make it, you know, more successful for myself. And then again, music is a big part of it. And I like the fact that they're not just, we could do these classes, but they're just not straight bar classes. We'll do planks in there, and we'll do light weights in there for a little bit. And then we'll throw in a little glider to add a little more extension off of the bar. And so it's nice being able to make the class my own. And I think that keeps people coming back again, keep it fresh. but keep it really demanding. And so they're hurting when they walk out. You know, wow, I feel something.
I mean, they really, really do. They look forward to it, as well as the ones that you do with your kickboxing and you mix it all together. That's amazing. That's one of my favorites.
Is that your favorite?
You know, I just love it because it's high intense, low impact. The music is good and it just switches it up. We're getting the core, we're getting the aerobic, we're getting everything in it.
Yeah,
it's
good.
Amazing.
Well, great. I'm glad you're coming.
So what would you like to, let's end with sharing maybe 3 things that women can do over 40. And again, I try to share with women keeping their diet in order, their nutrition in order, but more so fitness. We all know that nutrition is 80% of molecular structure change, and then it's the 20% that's fitness. But for cardiovascular and for our heart and for toning, we do need to exercise every day. So how can you maybe share some things to inspire women over 50 so that they can really incorporate their fitness every day to up it? To, if they're not, to maybe 4 times a day, up to 5, not a day, a week, or 5. What would you recommend in terms of maybe some small steps they can take so they can get remotivated?
First of all, I would say don't bite off more than you can chew. So, you know, let's not don't tell someone they need to work out 7 days a week, because they're going to go, I'm not doing that. And then they will never start, you know. So I would say start with the 3 to 4 days a week. Keep it simple.
Okay.
Don't think that you need to be doing, you know, super advanced things, because you can do very effective things very simply.
Okay.
You know, basic squats, basic deadlifts, stuff like that you could do. Get the weight bearing in there if you're talking over 50, because of the whole menopause and the loss of estrogen and progesterone and everything that we really need to continue to feel good and look good and have energy to do these classes.
Absolutely. And
also the alcohol, that's always a big thing for me. Okay, a lot of the, I don't want to say day drinking, but, you know, glasses of wine every night, you know, oh, that's good for your blood and all of this sort of thing. It really affects your workout. And if you could not drink Monday through Friday, that'd be great. You know,
on the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always tell people. I never drink during the week unless it's something really, really special.
Okay.
You know, because you don't have a hangover. I'm not saying you have a hangover because you had a glass or 2 of wine, but you're just not at your best.
Yeah.
And if you want to be at your best and feel good in the morning when you get up to work out, because then it's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. and then 2 more days has gone by, you know? So that's what I would suggest.
Excellent tips. Any last remarks or tips you would like to share on building optimal health? I know my goal, I have been working out for a moment. I'm glad that the gyms are back open. Even when the gyms were closed, I was riding my bike every day. And my ultimate goal is just to build optimal health. I just want to be healthy as much as I can. And as a woman being 55 in the 50s, it's even more important for us to build our life, that fitness is a lifestyle.
It's definitely a lifestyle.
You would like to share on how women can make fitness their lifestyle?
Well, I would say that you don't have to join a club. You know, don't think, oh gosh, I got to run out and start paying these big fees at a health club. You certainly can do a lot. There's a lot of free stuff online. You just need to be committed. You need to be committed. You need to write it out. What are we going to do? You know, you write out things for people. What are we going to do? What's the goal here? And have that to refer to. Don't say, oh yeah, oh yeah, I thought I was going to run today or whatever. Just write it out, have a plan, be organized, and stay positive. It doesn't change overnight.
Yes.
You know, you didn't find yourself in this position overnight either, right? So you need to get back to that spot where, okay, give yourself some time, give yourself 6 weeks, 8 weeks, give yourself time to jump in, try it, give yourself a goal, and just try it and stay motivated and talk to people and find a community. I think that's what we were talking about with the club. If you find a community, even on the Zoom classes, you can have a community on a Zoom class. I've been in classes and, you know, 15 of us will be talking after, and we might be talking about the weekend, or we might be talking about fitness. But if you feel connected, and that the people care about you, then you're apt to come back.
I love that. That is such an important, oh my God, it's so important, is feeling connected and finding community, because that will also to help to continue your motivation and for you to stay motivated. And when you see your girlfriend, it's like, oh my God, I like your fit. I like your fit. Oh, you're looking good. You're looking good. You know, you start talking, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to go horseback riding. What are you doing? I'm going here. I'm on the day or whatever. I mean, you get community, and it's just so wonderful because this inspiration, you're in this high vibe of exercise, and it brings beauty, right?
Exactly. Last week, there were some girls. There were 2 girls who come to my barre class. Well, they come to a lot of classes, but mainly they like the barre, and they snagged me after class and said, you know, can we tell you something? I'm like, sure, absolutely. And they said, we were in Las Vegas this weekend and you came up like 4 different times. I'm like, what? You know, I don't know anybody in Vegas. And they said, no, you know, somebody asked us, how come we seem so fit? And we were saying Ellen's barre classes. And then somebody else, you know, at another event said something to them, and they felt that people were noticing their change and their attitude, and they kept contributing it to the club, which I thought that was really great. And it's nice that people share the good feedback, because as you know, you get plenty of bad feedback. So when you get good feedback, it's nice to hear it. So again, it all goes back to being positive and being there for the members and feeling like they are happy when they think you actually care about them. And I think that makes a big difference why people come to class. And why people, because you might go to class and then you walk out going, oh, well, that was great.
Yes.
But you know, but did you feel good?
You want to walk out of class feeling impactful, that you just actually, that it was transformative, that you really felt that. And on that note, what does your daughter say about you, Ellen? They must look at you and say, oh my God, my mom is hot. You know,
I'm so, you know, I have to tell you that I'm so blessed. I have 2 daughters. One is married, one is not. And I have such respect for them. They're both amazing. I couldn't have asked for nicer girls. They're so respectful. They're so proud, and they're so helpful. And they both work out themselves. I mean, my one in Chicago, she's up at 5 o'clock every day. She has a very demanding job, and she's out at a boot camp class like 5 days a week just before she goes to work. So she's totally dedicated, but I think it comes from watching me do all of that. And so now it's their lifestyle as well. And the other one is married, and she works out as hard as she can, anytime she can. She has her schedule's a little different, so she doesn't get to be as regimented as the other daughter, but she will hate it if she misses a workout. She gets, you know, down on herself. No, I'm super lucky. They're so helpful. And I'm so blessed to have them both. And my husband too, he likes mountain bike. He's never taken a class.
Wow.
In all these years, but he likes his mountain bike, but he loves the fact that, you know, I do what I do and I'm happy to do it. So what's that saying? Happy wife, happy life. Is that what they say? I think that's a saying. Happy wife, happy life. So
and couples that work out together stay together.
Yeah, there's something like that. We don't do it though. We don't. I don't like to mountain bike.
Have their lifestyle of working out. That working out is a part of their lifestyle.
Right.
And I think oftentimes too, women, we forget that it also helps to impact our libido. As a massage therapist, I do tell my clients about that when they come in and they're complaining low levels of libido. And one of the things is the weight bearing to build the testosterone. When we lose that over time, women lose it over time, and it does help to increase that libido. And over
that's true,
time, especially if you're married.
It's important. Yes, keep it up. Keep it up. Exactly.
You got to have that. Maybe you need to exercise a little bit more. So, Ellen, where can people find you? You have an Instagram. I'm going to post that in the show notes. Okay. But then you also have your YouTube channel. Quickly, tell us a little bit about the YouTube. Would you like?
Okay, so like I said, before all of this COVID stuff, I just have not been into social media. I've just really never got into it. But my daughter said, oh, you should do a little Instagram and take a picture with members after class and post and this and that. So you'll see that I do that. Just for fun. The members like it if I call them and say, hey, let's grab a quick pic, you know, so we'll do that. And then I started videoing some classes. You know, this morning I did a weights and core class here at the house. So sometimes on Zoom, and then I will just record it. And then I'll just put a little picture on Instagram and say, you know, link in bio. And then we did weights today, and I'll just put up a video. And if anybody wants to watch it,
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. Just for the heck of it, somebody can get a workout. There's a lot of ladies who will miss a class. I could do a stretch class on Sundays, and if they're traveling, they hate to miss that, but I'll tape it and I'll put it up on YouTube, and then they can stretch when they get back from the airport or whatever they're doing. And it's just whoever wants to do anything. I don't ask for
I think that's
money or anything. It's just, you know, it's just up there for the public, and if anybody wants to do it, do it. It's great.
I think that's an excellent idea to have. And I'm also going to put that in the show notes. So anyone who's interested in finding out more information or to see some of her courses that she's done already, they're amazing. I've gone to it. It's really good. And Ellen, if someone wants to have a consultation with you, will they be allowed to do that, to reach out to you through email?
Sure,
or?
on DM, they can, on Instagram, they could just direct message me, and I'll see that and I'll reach out. Absolutely.
All right.
That'd be great.
All right. Well, you guys, it has been a pleasure to have Miss Ellen Stevens here, who is a fitness instructor, consultant, and TRX expert. Ellen, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for contributing back into the world and given the inspiration that you do and the motivation that you're touching the lives of women. And when women lives are touched, families are touched. When families are touched, kids are touched. When kids are touched, friends are touched. When friends are touched, we can do better in this society, right?
Right, exactly.
And it's nothing
so true, Kim.
A woman's inspiration and her beauty eliminates when she feel good and she look good. And you know what? Thank you for allowing yourself to be a servant, that God has given you that skill that you can do that.
Thank you so much, Kim. I'll see you soon at the club.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. This is Kim Evans with Inspired Conversations. And thank you so much for watching the show. Bye for now. All right.